Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Coins Alert channel. This is Rich, making another movie about XRP today, as always. Today, no matter where you are in the world, I hope you're all having a great day. We're going to talk about XRP. I have to start with this song from Blue Hawk legend, "Get rid of the weak and bring in the strong." The XRP network drops by a huge 50% as 10108 active addresses disappear. In other words, they're saying that they had a rush of new investors, but now those investors are going away. This is the best way to sum it up. I think the weak hands are being shook up. I got a lot of calls about crypto right after Trump won the election, but I haven't heard much from most of them since, unless they're upset that the price of XRP is going down, in which case I need to tell them that it will turn around right now. But some people don't get it. They come to this place because they think now is the time. There's a good chance they'll put too much money into it at this point. They put all their money into one trade, and then the market changes, it goes sideways for a while or dips, and they can't handle it because they haven't been through all that sideways action. But of course, the number of wallets and transactions for XRP will go down. All of these people will rush back once XRP starts to break out again because they are afraid of losing out. FOMO. This is from Smoke. Bank of Canada says that if things go wrong, all you have to do is switch to something else, like blockchain. To use blockchain, central banks aren't waiting for the price of Bitcoin to drop. When the time comes, they're ready to switch the whole system to a digital one. It's been proven, everything is already set up. The banks in the UK are the same. They're also having trouble. Listen to this. Important news, of course. Many people are on payday today, but a number of banks have reported that their online systems are down, leaving customers without access to their money. We know that Nationwide and First Direct are among these. Both of those banks have said they are trying to get their systems back to normal. We'll also let you know about any changes as soon as we see them. An even more problematic system for payments will be one that works in real time, as I believe the technology will not be able to keep up with such payments. Real-time payments are still not used by many people right now. That will likely get worse all through 2025, and I believe they will need to switch to something that can handle all that load. The government will do everything they can to change the banking system so that it doesn't collapse again like it did in 2008. It's not a question of if, but when. They are going to talk about their restart plans, which are plans made by central banks. The central banks know that things are going to go wrong. Going to a fully paperless system is what people were. Going to a fully paperless system is what CBDCs were all about in the first place. People will not be in charge of the computer system either. AI will take care of everything and make it happen. And after that switch is flipped, you are going to see these virtual currencies that are based on usefulness. The prices are going to go through the roof. That's what everyone wants to happen. When is it going to happen? The way the world is going right now shows that everyone is in a hurry to beat other countries. This country wants to be ahead of that one. It's like there's a war going on between our money and computers, technology, and AI. Everyone wants to come in first. That's what's changing the timeline. In the beginning, when I was making videos in 2022, everything was still leading to 2030. It looks like you could lose at least 3 years by 2030. I think everything will be working by 2027. There will be 2 rails for you. There will still be a cash rail and a fully digital rail by then. However, that fiat train will go away in due course. I also think that a crypto train, a 3rd rail, will be built. People who were smart enough to put money into crypto will use the crypto train. You'll be very wealthy by then. The SEC is looking at a plan to set up a trust that will hold XRP. Their job is to decide if XRP should be considered a security and if there are enough safeguards to stop market abuse. The choice was made using law tests and rules from past cases, like the SEC versus Ripple Labs case. So why is the SEC looking into this now that the case against Ripple is still going on? Not important. That case has already come to an end. It's no longer even about XRP in this case. Nick, Chris, and Brad are now in the picture. But the way they talk like this shows that they want to build on the Ripple vs SEC case. With this setup, they could also use it for other coins. All we have to do now is wait for everything to end. This is from The Wrath of the Con Men. In this February report, Ripple partner and investor SBI Holdings made a great graph about XRP and how it is used. It's great that escrow has dropped to 40%. The burn part, that's not quite right though. This part of the burn is going to go up. Since there are more and more deals, a good amount of XRO will go away. There will be a lot of XRO locked up. But everyone is interested in that trust. That escrow is making everyone nervous. These days, some people say Ripple could dump that trust whenever they want. It doesn't work that way. Every month on the 1st, Ripple can use 1 billion XRP. Today is that day. That means that once they get that, a lot of that XRP gets locked back in. On the other hand, that trust has been getting smaller over time, and it will keep getting smaller in the future. Ripple plans to buy other companies in the future with that XRP. They also want to use it for adoption in institutions. The Ripple business plan is based on XRP. XRP is at the heart of everything Ripple does. It looks like Ripple is giving up on XRP, as I keep seeing now. They only care about RLUSD. Ripple does everything around XRP. And you can see their most important partners, like banks and payment service providers. The goal was always for institutions to adopt it. And you can see the value propositions for financial companies and corporate customers of digital asset exchanges in the middle. These are not for regular people. Ripple does nothing that is meant for stores. The projects that are growing on the XRP ledger are a different story than those are made for stores. That's what will give us new ways to make passive cash in the future. And Ripple has changed its mind more than once, and I expect them to do so again in the future. There is a lot of false information about XRP out there right now. There is a new RLUSD reserve attestation report for January 2025. It's still RLUSD, over-collateralized, with good market cap growth since start. It has a market cap of $130 million now. Large amounts of RLUSD are not being burned. Regulated companies are on-ramp and don't off-ramp. You could see that it has too much security, unlike Tether, which can't pass an audit. That's going to become a big deal from now on. The US will use something like RLUSD because of this. That's it. To check up on Ukraine, Doge. Elon says it's time to find out what happened to the vast amounts of money that were sent to Ukraine. Many of you have probably seen what happened between Trump and Zelensky. From now on, everything will be completely clear. During Biden's time in office, Tether had a chance to grow because I believe it was involved in laundering money. From now on, everything will be clear and checked. This is one more reason why Tether won't work in the US. Also, pay attention to what their CEO says about the future. USDT won't be useful. People around the world will only use Bitcoin when traditional currencies fail. That is completely stupid. There is no way out for fiat currencies. No one is going to use Bitcoin. People will never really use it. It costs a lot and takes a long time, and it can't grow. There is literally no one going into Starbucks to pay for a coffee with Bitcoin. Since the coffee that Starbucks sells for $8 will cost you $24 and take an hour to process, if you're lucky, there will come a time when Tether is no longer useful. A minute worth 1 billion USDT at the Tether treasury. Here we are again, supporting Bitcoin. I said it more than once. This can't go on for long. It's not sustainable now, and it never will be. You can't make worth appear out of nowhere. That is all the value in Bitcoin, which is a huge joke coin. There is a fake cord holding it up. This is also very important. Today is going to be a huge day for cryptocurrencies. The White House just said that the first ever crypto conference will be held there. Today, the White House said that President Trump will host and sign at the first ever White House crypto conference on March 7th. A lot of members of the president's working group on digital assets, as well as well-known crypto industry founders, CEOs, and investors will be there. A White House official named David Sachs, who is in charge of AI and crypto, will lead the summit.